A lot of fans have been asking, are you still going to have podcasts while you're on tour? Well, I'm on tour right now, and here's your podcast. Yes, we are going to have podcasts all summer long. Go to mcchris.com/pages/shows for tickets and information, or just go to mcchris.com and click on the tour poster. There's an option to street team as well. In 2005, I quit Cartoon Network and started touring. It's 20 years later. I'm still at it. Come celebrate with me because I'm probably coming to your town. If I haven't already been there, maybe I'm there right now. Who knows when this takes place in the span of time and space? Go find out at mcchris.com/pages/shows or click on the tour poster at mcchris.com. I already said that. Bring your friends. Make it a party. Invest in actual experiences. They're way better than doom scrolling. Memories last forever, especially if I've traumatized you. Okay, let's do the podcast.
New theme song for the show. None of this matters. Da-da-da-da. None of this done. Ba-da-da-da. It is a matter. Da-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Chris. That's your intro music.
Does it matter?
No, it does not.
Does it matter?
No, it does not.
Does it matter? Oh, God.
It all matters a lot.
Hey, that's actually...
Oh, God.
We might actually have something there.
Listen, that's how they wrote We Are the World.
You know, I went to the Jim Henson Studios and I saw that recording studio.
Oh, yeah.
Where they recorded it. And they all had just finished some award show and everyone was told you have to go to the Charlie Chaplin Studios.
Oh.
In the middle of the night after the award show. And I guess Al Jarreau got wasted.
I have a great story about Al Jarreau.
There comes a time. Oh my God, I'm fucking drunk.
For We Are the World, he got drunk?
Yeah, everyone else was just kind of like, everybody else wanted to party, but Al Jarreau was the one guy who was like, I can't do this.
Too nervous.
No, I think he just like, everybody's like an addict in this room. Or a drunk.
Yeah.
And, but yeah.
I had cigarettes with him every single morning. In our hotel in Rome.
With Al Jarreau?
Yes. He was there doing a concert, and I came into the lounge one day and had a cigarette, and he's like, why don't we share this ashtray? And I went and sat next to him, and then every morning, he'd be like, good morning, neighbor, in his moonlighting voice. I was like,
did
wow.
he sing the moonlighting
and
theme
then,
song?
One day, we were having brunch with some hook night, some crabby.
Man, we were so stoked.
But wait a minute.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not done. Hold on a minute. I'm there having breakfast with my parents and my brother and wildly pounding on the window, through the window to us, waving Al Jarreau. My mom goes, is that Al
Jarreau? Are like, who's that black man? Call security.
No, he's like, is that Al Jarreau? I'm like, yeah, we're kind of buddies.
Your mom
invited me to his concert.
Your mom
Never
was
went
hip.
to him. Well, this was like,
Did he have a hit? Did he have a single?
Moonlighting, man.
Anything other than that?
Yeah, he'd had he was like a jazz guy. He was not.
I keep on thinking
he wasn't like a rock guy. He was like a jazz.
I keep on thinking he's the Garfield singer, but that was
who's the Garfield singer?
Who sang like the Garfield theme for the specials? But it was another.
What was that song? I can't even picture that song.
Everyone's gonna have to Google it. You know what I love about our fan base? Are small but growing.
Let's call them listeners. Let's not already put them as a fan base.
Let's not jump the gun. They listen. Yeah. They don't like
it. They listen. They're tolerant.
They tolerate it. Yeah. But they will correct us in the comments every episode.
Oh, sure.
So where you said Funimation is the same as Filmation.
Oh, God.
And one of them makes anime and one of them makes He-Man.
Right.
And you got them all mixed up.
Filmation makes He-Man.
Yeah.
Funimation.
The mistakes in this show kill me. There was one mistake I made about Andy Rooney This is the sitcom about Andy Rooney going back to college, but I meant Mickey Rooney. That's a big difference, Andy Rooney and Mickey.
But it's because Mickey Rooney played Andy Hardy. So he wasn't
That might have
Andy
been it, but I don't really know Andy
Rooney.
Hardy too well. I've never watched those movies. Have you watched those movies?
Oh, yeah. They sadly, they just tore half of those sets down over where they're at the Warner Brothers
That was a
Ranch.
big hit. And it was him and Judy Garland being
And I mean, they made
teens.
I don't know how many they made. At least 10 of them. I mean, they were like,
and
Andy Hardy makes an omelet. Andy Hardy goes to college.
And he was the king of Hollywood, and he was fucking everybody.
I mean, there was a point.
He got to fuck Ava
he
Gardner.
was the biggest star in the world.
Yeah, and then it's him in potato restaurants.
Yeah, and he had a barbecue restaurant that he opened, I think, on La Brea, and there's great pictures from the opening.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Mickey Rooney's Hollywood barbecue.
I love it when celebrities open restaurants. Wasn't there? Didn't the
that's one of my favorite things.
Wasn't the captain from Gilligan's Island? Didn't he have a restaurant?
Hello, on La Cienega, the Lobster Barrel.
Okay, can you figure
Alan Hale Jr.'s Lobster Barrel?
Why is it you pulling the lobsters out of the barrel where they're kept? You're not you don't have to.
Well, I guess when they ship them, they're bringing them in a barrel.
You don't have to sit in a barrel and eat a lobster, do you?
No. And when you would come, he was there almost all the time in his skipper cap. But he would get. I was just talking to somebody about this who went there as a kid, and said it was the coolest because he walked in and he was like, "Well, hey there, little buddy.
Oh my God,
let's get you a hat." And he gave everybody little Gilligan hats.
Yeah.
So he just had like behind that. He was kind of like, I don't even know if he owned it or he was just a partner in it, but they just used his. Now it's a Mexican restaurant, but apparently the building is almost exactly the same still. Who kind of only did one thing. First off, he was the son of a very successful actor who was in everything.
Alan Hale Jr. Well, who is Alan Hale?
That's his dad.
Well, what did he do?
He was in tons of movies.
I knew he was his dad.
Yeah, he's in tons of. And what's crazy is he looks almost exactly like him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played one of the big things. I think he played Little John in the Errol Flynn Robin Hood.
He was rotund as well.
He looked exactly like him. He always plays like the guard who would kind of let the good guys. He'd look the other way so the good guys could get. He was always very like. He was just like Alan Hale Jr. He's always super likable. But Alan Hale Jr. did Gilligan's, and then he loved it for the rest of his life. You know, like Tina Louise. If you interviewed her, she would not answer anything about Gilligan's Island. It's like, get the fuck out of here. So the one thing we know, the only reason you're in this room right now is what you're refusing to talk about.
Yeah.
Because you're like too cool for it or something.
Yeah.
He was the opposite. He's like, oh, you want to do another one of those movies? Well, great. I'll be there. You need me to pick anybody up?
Are there Gilligan's Island movies?
Oh, yeah. Like for TV, you know, like Return to Gilligan's Island. And there was a couple of, at least 2 of them. But I feel like, you know, then like, because who was the first one who died? I guess that was Jim Backus. He was the first one who died. And maybe Natalie,
Magoo.
What was her name? Natalie Sherwood, the one who was Mrs. Magoo. I mean, Tom Kenny told me yesterday he's real good friends with this woman who's a singer, Yola Tenga, in the band Yola Tenga.
Yola Tango.
Yeah, that one too. She's in the all-girl version and the male version. Her parents invented Mr. Magoo. That was like her upbringing on those
These
Mr.
Nepo
Magoo
babies
checks.
are taking over.
Yeah, they go from Mr. Magoo.
I mean, it's always been this way.
to
Alan Hale
Yola
Jr.,
Tango.
Alan Hale Sr.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just seemed like a guy who was happy for everything that he had.
Did you watch Gilligan as a child?
Oh yeah.
We watched it every day.
The skipper reminded me a lot of my grandfather. They had a similar build, not blonde hair, but my grandfather was in the Navy, so they always had boats and stuff, and he was a fisherman, and he kind of dressed. My grandfather always had like those just like khaki pants and boat shoes and some kind of little plaid shirt.
I like how the beginning of the show is like, oh man, all this fucked up shit happened. These people got totally fucked over. And then, and then they landed on this island and oh my God, they got to survive.
yeah.
Then you get to morning on the island and it's just like everybody's whistling and happy and living their lives in their little
here's a bigger question.
town they've made.
I get there's a storm.
The minnow.
Right. But they're still, in theory, 3 hours from mainland.
Really? That's it?
Well, think about it. They went on a 3-hour tour to Catalina.
It's that close to Catalina?
I mean, they're leaving the mainland. It says when they're leaving the mainland, it's still only 7 years they couldn't find this one mysterious island that's
2 millionaires.
That's
at least the millionaires warrant a search.
Yeah. Thank God they brought all their money. Who was your favorite on there?
Well, Gilligan. I mean, I'm a kid. Gilligan's for the kids.
Oh, see? Yeah. No,
you were obviously an old soul. You're bonding with...
Well, I like the skipper, but I think also I think I like the most. I like Jim Backus, Mr. Howell.
Did Gilligan and the skipper have to have the same hut?
It's their duty to protect the.
You and I get trapped on a deserted island, and I'm like, why don't we stay in the same room?
Like, let's make 2.
Let's make 2 rooms.
You know what? There's plenty of palm trees around here.
I want to jerk off in my hut.
We can
all I have.
Find our own space. No, that's what the jerk hut is for.
Oh.
Then you go over there.
That's a messy hut.
Yeah, Ginger was the one I thought was dumb.
Well, Marianne is... You always wanted Marianne and Gilligan to fuck.
That's the only time you wanted to be Gilligan. I feel like I wanted Skipper and Marianne.
You want Skipper and Marianne to fuck?
Yeah. He's a skipper.
That's, inappropriate.
Gilligan's an idiot. He ruined everything for everybody. And always did. He just was nice, so...
Fucking proletariat.
They let it slip. They're like, well, he meant well. Yeah, we're all standing on this island for 7 years, but
it was Gilligan's idea to have a beauty contest.
Mm-hmm. He's the one who brought the gorilla in. There's a gorilla on the island.
Was there?
At one point.
Must have been later seasons.
It had to be it fell off a plane.
I love these old shows. You feel like you watched thousands of episodes. There was 1 season or 2 seasons.
Yeah, right. That's that. Well, I feel like how many times, because I probably watched it on Nick at Night or Nickelodeon or whatever it was on. Yeah, apparently originally it was supposed to be about this movie star stranded on an island.
Oh, really?
So it was really all centered on Tina Louise's character. And then after the first pilot, they switched it to make it more, it was suddenly Gilligan's Island. And she was bitter.
Tina Louise was pissed.
Yeah, they changed it.
She never got over it, and that's why she didn't like to talk about it.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense.
What was it like being on Gilligan's Island? Well, it was actually supposed to be
Ginger's. I'll talk about Ginger's Island. The pilot was so much better than the show that ran.
I know she's a redhead, and her name is Ginger. It's a little on the nose.
Is it a nickname? A lot of Ginge. Why does this say I have a work? I walked up half a flight of stairs. It says I started a
congratulations. You did it.
It's trying to tell me something.
You're dying.
Please work out. I had an exciting blood sugar moment last night. New discovery. That's why I wear these little thing,
Dana has a sticker attached to his arm. It's like a little
Dexcom G7.
A little disc. Is it poking into your body?
Yep. It's got a little
needle,
little tiny, it looks. It's not. You couldn't even say it's as thick as a needle. It's as thin as a little piece of wire.
And can you wear it in the shower?
That's why I put this on it. I put this on it so when I exercise, it does. I mean, in theory,
he's touching a circular piece of gauze or tape.
It's called what do they call this? A skin disc or something. There's a bunch of different companies. They make them so you can put them over them, so that they're more sturdy for when you exercise. And they're waterproof.
So what happened?
I had some buldak.
What's that?
You know what that is? They're like my favorite they're Korean. They look like ramen noodles, but they're Korean. And they're thicker, but they're in that same kind of packaging. They have a black packaging with the crazy little chicken on it or something. But I had a package of them last night because I was craving them. I hadn't had them in years.
Yeah.
Because I assume, it's got 85 carbs in one.
I bought a
pack.
like a giant box of ramen at Costco.
I love ramen.
For the end days.
I love ramen. I love it so much. All kinds. And I just stopped eating it because I got diabetes.
It's horrible for you.
But I had a pack last night, and it did not. I thought it was going to throw my blood sugar crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Little to no effect.
So your story is that nothing happened.
That something that should have happened did not happen.
This is like the absence of a story.
It kept my blood sugar stayed low or stayed normal.
What really spikes your blood sugar?
Tortillas.
Wow.
Bread. Some bread.
Carbs?
If it's more whole grain, no. But like pasta. Some pasta, white rice, if it's not been cooled and reheated, if it's fresh.
Weird.
No, white rice doesn't affect your body if you completely cool it and then heat it up again.
Is this part of your diabetes treatment to have this disc, or is blood sugar a different thing?
No, that's all diabetes.
I'm probably going to find out I have diabetes at my
these.
doctor's appointment this afternoon.
Well, what she told me was you don't really need, really, who wears these, who needs them, are people who get dangerously low or high blood sugar that they could pass out or go into a coma, which is not me. But I got diabetes, so I can get a prescription for them. And I like it in the same way I like getting on the scale every day. Just keeps you aware.
You got your watch. You got your watch. You got your disc. Do you want to keep on having more things added to you until you're eventually like a cyborg?
Well, I mean, my watch... I can tell you right now, after breakfast.
I can tell you right now, I didn't like that comment.
185.
Your pulse is 185?
No, my blood sugar.
Your blood sugar is 185.
Yeah.
And you get that by looking at your watch.
Yeah, because it's connected to this thing.
Yeah.
It's all integrated. Integration.
It's a ham bone system.
Yeah. But that was a big score that I could.
Is it ham bones connected to the neck bone?
Yeah.
Is it the head bone or the ham bone?
Well, the head bone's connected to the neck bone.
Is that how it goes?
Keep the word of God. That's the.
I like how you're singing a fun song, and at the end of the song, it's like, and let's not forget about Jesus.
Yeah. Because that's the same song as Dem Bones, right?
Yeah.
But that's just the middle part?
Yeah.
And then somebody put it on Sesame Street and ignored the religious aspect.
I was going to say racist undertones, overtones.
Well, it's just bones. Oh, that's racist.
Dem.
Well, that's, yeah.
That's not great.
No, that's not great.
Well, I mean, I love that I live right next to Gilligan's Island.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Radford.
Yeah.
Although it's weird.
Where everything was filmed.
They always showed the, I remember on the tour at Universal Studios, they always show, like, that shot of them landing on the island was at Universal. Just that exterior, like, from the opening. Not even, they never even used it in the show, but it was like in the opening titles of the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's at the same spot where you used to go through the, I don't think they do it anymore. You used to go through the Red Sea, the parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
And there were these big Navy mines that would like lower, for some reason you're parting the Red Sea, but also there's mines.
The Bible was
they would lower and explode, and then like across while you were going through that was the little shoreline that was from the opening.
Like, you're free to go and look out for the
watch those
the land mines
from McHale's Navy.
Or you go through the Universal tour and they're like, this is the lake where we made Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing, right? It's all that same body of water, I think.
I don't know.
Other than the tanks. That guy used to be a real prick.
The creature?
For those people who like, yeah, he came to every Mike Broder show. Well, he went to every show. He was like the guy in the suit.
Mm-hmm. He was the swimmer?
Yes, I can't remember what his name was. Something with a V, like Vigo.
I went to a screening of Creature of the Black Lagoon, and there was two ladies there. Like, one was like the granddaughter of the daughter of the guy who made the movie, and then there was a woman who wrote a book about the woman who designed the costume because she was the only woman who designed any of the monster outfits.
Interesting. I don't know what that guy's name was.
We don't know. We don't know who anybody's name is.
Did they talk?
They had it. It was a talk. That's one of the great things about LA is my poor kid. They talk for an hour before the movie.
It's like just show me this goddamn movie already.
I want to hear the talk.
You know how many sheep on Minecraft I could have killed by now, Dad? Well, that's the point of go. I mean, you can watch it at home.
Yeah, but you love to hear these insider stories about how the head from The Mask was in your house.
Were we talking about last time when I went to go see It's a Mad, 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 Mad World at the Cinerama Dome?
We have not talked about this.
The talk before was hosted by Jeff Garlin, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Why?
I don't know. I just love it. I mean, because it's got everybody in it.
It's like an early Cannonball Run. I've never seen it.
Oh, my God. You're kidding me.
No.
Oh. Shame on you. See that movie.
I'm an ex-Catholic. I'm dealing with enough guilt as is.
Yeah, listen. That'll absolve you of all your guilt. Okay, so there's the lady who's dancing with Dick Shawn.
Andy Rooney's in it too, right? No, Mickey Rooney's in it, right?
Well, the talk had the lady who's never says a word, but she's like disco dancing with Dick Shawn in every scene.
The young person is alive. The one person who's alive.
Marvin Kaplan.
Don't know.
He was the phone repairman on Alice. He's in a bunch of stuff. He did a bunch of cartoons.
I'm thinking of the super at one day at a time.
No, not Pat Harrington, who also did a lot of voices for cartoons. My favorite
who did
being
he do?
He was Inspector Clouseau in all the DePatt Freeling cartoons.
They were screening the Pink Panther the other night, but it was the first one, which isn't like a Pink Panther movie.
The first one with Peter Sellers, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
he's in it, but
it was more sophisticated.
It's like the Pink Panther movies they're a spin-off of the first Pink Panther movie, which is about the diamond. Which is the Pink Panther the name of the diamond?
Yes, it's the Pink Panther diamond.
We love those Inspector Clouseau movies. He comes home and he has a karate fight with his roommate.
Kato.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved every one of those. I watched them incessantly growing up.
Yeah.
But
back to what you were saying.
Marvin Kaplan, who was deaf as a post.
Huh?
Oh, it was so Jeff Garland's trying to have this conversation with Marvin Kaplan.
He's too busy grabbing everybody's
the lady,
ass.
And Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney just has no clue where he is. He's like, and do you know now his teeth kept slipping out of his mouth?
Let me tell you about the time I fucked Ava Gardner.
And he's talking to Marvin Kaplan, but Marvin Kaplan was still answering a question. And he would be like, Marvin, they want to know what it was like working with Arnold Stang. You'd be like, oh, okay. Well, Arnold was wonderful. And do you know? And then Mickey Rooney would start talking like it was.
Do you know how many tomatoes you can fit in a hat?
I don't know what, like, just unintentionally the most hysterical thing I've ever seen.
Could put anything on a baked potato.
I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It was a mad interview.
I mean, it was. My friend Brian and I were. I mean,
it must have been in seventh heaven.
It was fantastic.
Dana's crying right now, everybody.
It was so. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It was like I didn't know how any. I mean, it was just like, and then every once in a while, like Mickey Rooney would just go like, "Boys Club now has girls. There's a girls' club, or Boys Town. There's now a girls' town too." And he keep like gnashing his jaw, like, you know,
women have rights.
Oh, I mean, it was.
They can vote.
It's sad when you think
they're
now
burning
that he was
bras.
like being elder abused, and she was probably like, Mickey, you're going to this. There's a great on. I
wonder how much they get paid for these things.
God,
$250. It's got to be some small amount, amount of money. They'll be like, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah, I mean, Marvin Kaplan was great, but he couldn't hear. And so he was unaware when Mickey Rooney was just spouting nonsense about.
I love huge ensembles. NBC was really great in the 80s about getting all their teen stars together and having them all like go to a camp, or they all worked at a summer camp. I think it was called Poison Ivy. But you'd get, the Different Strokes
the
kids.
TV event of the summer.
You get Different Strokes. You get Family Ties. Nancy McKeon and Michael J. Fox. You're like, oh God, if they fuck, oh.
Those must have been loathsome. Like everybody's got their own, like the world of egos, and everybody.
Yeah.
Jockeying for who's the most famous.
They must have just liked making something when they were off, when they weren't shooting their shows.
Here's another month and a half I won't be craving drugs. I'll just distract myself enough.
No, they all did drugs.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Arnold didn't. I feel like Arnold was just trying to live.
He was like, what do you have, kidney issues?
Yeah.
I love how they found all these young people who didn't grow, or these people who just didn't grow, and so they had this disease where you'd be old but you'd be young because
Emmanuel Lewis,
because you didn't have to deal with child labor laws. Yeah. It's like 30-year-old guy. He's like smoking a cigar, looking at pornography. Like, you're on.
I mean, literally, they're like
Goo Goo
Baby
Gaga.
Herman.
Yeah, Baby Herman.
They're all Baby Hermans.
Oh, Baby Herman was so great.
I cannot get enough of all the Roger Rabbit stuff. When I look at that Disney stuff that they were going to make of the other things, I feel like people still would enjoy that. I mean, if you look at the Roger Rabbit ride now, there's always a line for
that
it.
ride's horrible.
It's not horrible.
And they covered her up. She's like wearing a trench coat so you don't see her boobs.
They switched her now. That's not a horrible ride.
That was why I was at the ride. Well, I don't know. It's okay.
I mean, it
didn't feel like the movie at all.
No, but it's not an e-ticket ride. It's like, it's a line. It's a ride that should have a 20-minute line. They can't all be Indiana Jones rides.
But I
But
still wish that ride
as far
was better.
as Black Ride goes, that's one of the better ones. You get to spin
I don't know why
it.
they do the black light.
Because it's cheap.
They do it in Toads too, and and they do it in Haunted Mansion when they turn it into Nightmare Before Christmas. They do the black light, and I hate the black light on a dark ride. I just want it to be dark.
Well, that's why it's called a dark ride, because it's a black light, black ride.
It's not called a black ride.
Yeah, because it's black lights.
One time I screened Roger Rabbit. I got to, back when I toured, I still tour. Everyone, please come to my tour. MCChris.com for tickets.
Jesus.
I used to screen movies at Alamo Drafthouse, and I would pick my movie. There's always something from the 80s. I did Gremlins, Temple of Doom, Cloak and Dagger.
Was this like only when I know they're everywhere now, but was this
like it was only in Austin? Yeah. And I would stay at the guy who owned Alamo Drafthouse. I'd stay in his mansion. He had giant posters, and the mansion would be empty because he'd be in another country, and I'd be like trying to fuck some girl on the lawn. But I screened all the Roger Rabbit cartoons, shorts that usually were before like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and stuff like that. Screened all the shorts before the movie. It was like a transcendent.
Now, how would this work
moment
for you, business-wise?
You do the show.
You would sell tickets?
You do the show, and you advertise the movie, and we'd all run to the movies after the show.
So you do the show.
Yeah.
And then you go to the second venue.
Yeah.
As well as everybody else. What time's the show? At 8 o'clock or something?
I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, it would be like a midnight movie. And I'd have found some groupie and would have a private balcony or something, and we'd just be making out the whole time, and I didn't see any of the movie.
But you would sell, so Alamo Drafthouse would sell tickets to the movie.
Yeah.
And then you'd get a cut of the tickets.
No.
They would just let you do it.
I was so thrilled too.
Right.
I mean, I would speak a little bit before the movie, but it wouldn't be like how they do here in LA, like in New Beverly or something, where somebody's like reading off the Wikipedia, before the movie, where they're like, this was filmed in blank, 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 and yada, yada, yada.
Did you sell merch at it?
No, I sold merch at my show.
For fun.
Yeah, I just did it because I loved being able to program what was being screened in a movie theater, because I mean, movie theaters were like, they were literally my church growing up. Like the one at the end of my street, the Liberty Theater in Libertyville, Illinois, like I worship that place, and I have so many memories from it. It's shut down now. You having a problem with like, a really hairy cup?
Yeah, Jesus.
He's drinking his coffee, and he
Like
keeps
the third piece of hair I pull out of this goddamn thing.
The guy who made the coffee was shaving. Well,
You know what? The guy has long, beautiful hair.
Did you have a movie theater that you loved as a kid?
Well, I mean, I loved it because it's the one we went to. There was a great one. I think it was the Red Rock Theater, Meadows or something. That one was cool.
Where was this?
In Las Vegas. Because the inside, where like the concession stand was, they made it look like it was outside. It looked like a little Italian piazza. I remember seeing The Great Muppet Caper at that movie. But the one that was by our house, that was where all the middle school to high school drama, loves, losses, that all happened. They tore down the old drive-in movie where I remember my parents took my brother and I to see, I think, Time Bandits, but we watched Felix the Cat or Heavy Traffic.
I always
through
get
the
Time
back
Bandits
window
and
of
Ice
the-
Pirates mixed up. Remember Ice
I'm
Pirates?
sorry for your... Yes. One is terrible. But we watched either Heavy Traffic or Felix the Cat through the back window of the station wagon with disgusted and also...
Intrigued.
Yeah, because it was like, but it's like a cartoon. They shouldn't be pulling their dicks out and,
It's like the cartoons that the guy who owns the bicycle shop on Different Strokes is showing Dudley and Arnold.
Oh, back to this. Yeah. Gordon Jump.
Yeah, it was Gordon Jump
Yeah.
from WKRP.
And the
How would you like to
Maytag.
get that role? Would you like to be on another show? I'd love to be on another show.
Love to be on the show.
How about Different Strokes? Different Strokes? Where do I sign?
It's going to be a very special episode.
A very special episode.
Maybe the specialist.
Tell me more.
Oh,
No one
sign
will
me up.
ever forget this episode.
Yeah.
It'll be more important than anything you ever do. Okay, who do I
Gary
play?
Coleman handpicked you to play this role.
Gary Coleman picked me. Huh. Okay, what am I? Who do I play?
You're a predatory bicycle shop owner who's a complete pederast.
Hey, it's MC. If you want to support the podcast, which is a really awesome thing to do because it does cost money to make this, go to mcchris.com and click on the podcast banner. It'll take you right to our link tree, which will take you to our GoFundMe, all of our links, everything you need. Go there. Please make a donation. Every donation is so appreciated. Every week I get a couple of donations. I get the emails on my phone. It cheers me up. It makes me feel I'm not alone out here in the dark. So thank you so much for everybody who's donated. We've raised like $1,500 so far, which is great. There's probably going to be a Patreon in the fall. Stay tuned for that. And we really appreciate every donation. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, click the bell so you get notifications. Follow us wherever you can on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just so you never miss a show. Never want you to miss a show. You never know when it's going to come on. Sometimes it doesn't come on at all. So make sure you got those notifications turned on so you get alerted to the fact that Dana and I have sat down again and are about to give you all the wisdom. And don't forget to leave a review. You can leave a review in the comments, whether it's at YouTube. You can leave a review at Spotify. You can leave a review at Apple Podcasts. These reviews are so important to me. I read these reviews every week. They really encourage me. So if you want to encourage me, and I know you do, please leave a review. Sometimes I take pictures of them and I share them with Dana. Sometimes we read them on the show. We'll say your crazy internet name. Please leave a review. That's like the most important thing. And don't forget to like it if it's on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to follow. And don't forget to click the bell. And also leave a donation. Please support us if you can. Your support means everything to us. Okay, let's get back to the podcast.
But they opened the Sci-Fi Theater, which was a big indoor. I worked there. Well, not my first job I had, but maybe like my second job I had. I worked there, and I got my dad and brother into the movies. First time I used the getting in
And they
free,
finally loved you for it.
and we saw Goodfellas,
Oof.
which I loved.
Great movie.
Yeah. and my dad loved.
It happened. Goodfellas happened at the perfect time because we were teens. We were ready for a movie like that.
Yeah. I remember getting to college, and my friend Brian and I loved Goodfellas, and we could not wait for the movie Casino to come out because they were shooting it in Las Vegas.
That was good.
And my parents had friends who were in it. Like one of the guys who was their friend who was a judge. He was the real judge who, sentenced Mickey Spilatro. But they had a lot of people play themselves in the movie in like little tight, he had like one line or something. But it was the real people. I loved Casino. Not as good as Goodfellas, but it was still a great movie.
Yeah.
Especially for me because I grew up in Las Vegas and remember when all that Mickey Spilatro and the Hole in the Wall gang is what they called them. And they'd be like, the Hole in the Wall gang struck again last night at the Berkshire Jewelers in Maryland Square. And we're like, wow, there's a gang. They just called the... You're like, New York, they would always say, reputed crime boss in the news before they'd say. Las Vegas, they just go like, crime boss Mickey Spilatro was brought in for questioning today. They never put that legalese on the front of it.
Everyone says like allegedly now.
Yeah.
Because they're always just being like, when they're talking about Puff Daddy or something. He allegedly did this, and we're all like, yeah, he did it.
Yeah, we know he did it. How about all that shit coming out?
I went and saw Muppets Take Manhattan. My mom forgot to pick me up.
Oh, so you saw it again?
No, I was just standing in front of the theater, crying my eyes out until the bicycle man showed up.
Oh, Gordon Jump. Hey, I hear you like cartoons. Why don't we go back to my place? I'll check your tires and show you some cartoons.
Different bicycle man. But his wife had rumored, because, there were crazy people in town and they had like lore. And so the bicycle man was a guy who just rode around town on his bicycle, had a bunch of flags, like big flags.
So he didn't get hit by cars.
That came out, and it had like the bright orange, hunter orange on the flags, like neon orange.
Yeah.
And
visibility, high visibility.
Because his wife had died in a car accident, is what the lore was.
So that's why he didn't drive anymore.
But we were all scared of him because he had, it was a noun and then the word man at the end of it. Yeah. That's how we were growing up. There was Rat Man, there was Bicycle Man, there was Crazy Carol.
Stay away from Rat Man. You guys like rats? You want to see some rats?
Rat Man was a giant radioactive rat / human who roamed the woods of the summer camp.
Oh, he was like a swamp ape.
Yeah.
Or skunk ape type guy.
Yeah. And like the
Bicycle Man was a real man.
Yes.
Okay.
The counselors would have like an overnight, and we all the kids, because it was a day camp, we'd be like so scared.
Yeah.
About like having our counselors die because like they went into the woods to go fuck or do drugs or something, and then Rat Man would punish them like it was a slasher film.
You better not be doing drugs and fucking in my woods. Only Rat Man does drugs and humps in Rat Man woods.
I'll be taking those drugs.
Give me those drugs, you little counselors. You horny little hornbag.
What if I stimulate both of you at the same time?
Everyone's getting a rat finger in the butthole tonight. Give me those drugs, you little bitches. You never share. You just come. You humped all over my living room last week? Did you know this is my living room?
You didn't see my stump chair?
That's a chair, not a stump. You little idiots. Put your clothes back on when I'm talking to you. Now take them off again slowly. Give me those drugs.
Oh, gosh. Okay, we did it. But anyway,
Ratman coming out this fall on Netflix.
But the bicycle man rolled up to me and he was like, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "My mom forgot to pick me up." So he brought me into the office of the movie theater, which is like some crazy place. You ever been taken to an office in a place you had been a million times, but then they take you to the office and you're like, like, "Where am I?"
But it's also like the most depressing.
It's the saddest, smallest room, and there's like a giant man in there.
Like, what if we had a room that many people use, but no one at all gave any shit about how it was kept or looked or...
It's filled with all these cool
100%
movie
just
posters.
utilitarian.
I don't have any quarters on me, so I can't use the payphone. And the manager's like, slams the landline phone in front of me, and he's obviously annoyed that I'm not, that I don't know what I'm doing. Or he's more annoyed at my parents that they have forgotten their child, and I'm like, Mom, come pick me up. But I love that the bicycle man ended up saving me.
And then
when we were all afraid of him.
What I know is then you're friends after that.
Yeah, and then I'm riding around on the back of his bicycle and ringing the bell.
Yeah.
He didn't kill anybody.
You and Bicycle Man and Rat Man are toasting champagne on the side of the road. Hey,
Rat Man, when are you going to break out those drugs?
I think it's time we do some drugs and fuck. All right. Oh, Rat Man, I'm just kidding. We're just going to do drugs.
Yeah, so... But I went and saw movies like Muppets Take Manhattan alone. So I was just alone. Yeah, going to movies alone. Can you imagine dropping off your kid at the movies alone?
Well, you lived in a safe area.
Was it? Because I remember.
You made it.
I
didn't get fucked by Bicycle
Man. I did make it,
so.
but I remember walking home and a white car pulled up next to me, and the guy was like, "You need a ride home?" And I was like 2 blocks away from my house. I ran to like just somebody's house. I remember they had like a picture of like what a safe house was. It was like a little icon or a logo of a house with like a family in it. And you knew that was a safe house.
Saw that.
Of course, and if I was a pedophile, I would have put one of those up in the window.
Make your house look like that sticker. Build it to look like that.
But I knock on the door and I'm like, stranger danger, stranger danger. I don't even say hello. I'm just like a trained seal.
By the way, this was last year, right?
No,
you were doing
this is when I was a child.
Walking home.
Although there was a serial killer in the Valley. You know about this?
I feel like...
It was actually in Valley Village. There was a guy who was just knocking on doors shaking doorknobs. One door wasn't locked, walked in, killed the guy. And then the police was real shady about they called him a serial killer, and then they took it back.
Oh.
And then
how long ago?
And they wouldn't like a week ago, a month ago or so.
Oh.
And
fresh.
Yeah, but the police was just like, we didn't go into the apartment because we didn't want to scare anybody, or the police just seems like inept every step of the way. Yeah. And then I guess they finally found the guy. But for a long time, they weren't talking about like if they had found him or where he was now or what was going on.
Like maybe he's just roaming around.
And I love that part of LA when like the helicopter is like circling over, like right above you, and you're like, "Fuck!" Well,
yeah. We were driving home
the guy's
got to
be near me.
And there was like maybe it was last week, and it was like circling very specifically one area adjacent to. Mm-hmm. I was like, "See," because I have a sunroof in my car. And my daughter was like, "Oh yeah, look at it right there." I was like, "Yeah, they're looking at something, man."
There were cops at every street in my neighborhood one time, and they stopped us, rolled down the window. They're like, "Can we look in your trunk?"
Whoa!
And we're like, "Why?" They're like, "Because we think a guy hit a cop, and we think he's hiding in a car."
Jesus. Yeah, he like slapped him across the face. Meanwhile, the other guy's murdering people in their houses, and they're like, "Oh, we'll get him one of these days."
There were cops everywhere, but I've had this feeling in LA that like there are no cops.
Well, see, we live like 1 block from the. I feel like I see a high police presence.
Yeah.
In LA.
Have you ever been pulled over?
No.
For a traffic violation?
No. I have. I've never been here.
I've never been. Well, yeah, I have too, but not in this. Not in the Valley.
No, not here.
I feel like they're too busy doing GTA stuff.
Yeah, there's bigger fish to fry, and also I'm not doing wild.
We're all running through.
Driving.
We're all running through yellow lights.
Yeah, but yellow's all right. Like the left turn when it turns red, you got to do that stuff. Just a mouthful of hair when I pull the cup away. So anyway,
you have a goatee when you lift your face from the coffee.
What's going on? Cut to in the back of the 7-Eleven, the guy like wringing his beard out into. I'm a fresh.
I'm almost done.
Coffee.
1 second.
Hot fresh coming out, guys. Everybody lined up.
What's your filtering process? You don't want to know.
Micro.
I rip a bunch of pubes off and throw them into the coffee.
Shove them into my beard. I drink the coffee, and then I drool it out through it, slow drip. Do it all night.
Did you like Swiss Family Robinson? That was a tape that we rented all the time. I love that house.
I only saw Swiss Family Robinson in earnest probably within the last 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was shocked. I mean, obviously, it would never get made now.
Why? Oh, because it's racist?
Well, there's that part, but they're also like, I mean, there are full-on just real scenes of large, what are they, Great Danes like fucking attacking a tiger that are real. These are not like stunt. I mean, they're like, well, all right, on 3, now you're going to let the tiger out, and I'm going to let these 4 dogs out, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, like, I couldn't believe at how many animal things like that were in it. I mean, I know that in all those old movies like that, that's just what it was. But, like, it seemed like Roman gladiator, Colosseum type, dogs versus a tiger.
The little kid's a psychopath.
Yeah. What's his name? Johnny Whitaker?
Yeah, he was in, like, everything.
He was the kid in Family Affair, right?
I don't know about that, but he was, like, in every Disney movie. Live action.
Or maybe it wasn't Johnny Whitaker. That guy is still alive, and he looks just like, I know this sounds stupid, but he looks just like an old, weird version of that young kid. Like he's got the same, kind of same boyish hair. I think what it is he's real old, but for a really long time, he still retained his hair color. So, like, I know people dye their hair, but when you see an old guy who still has their natural hair color,
a Mary Jane haircut,
it's like jarring.
There's this is making me think of this kid in the 70s who was in commercials who had like a Mary Jane haircut, and he had like this really weird high-pitched voice.
Well, what's that guy's name? Not Rodney Allen, Ricky. Here goes the Googies. See, unfortunately, on our Dino show, we have Googie with us. Googie always Googies things so that we don't get the comments later. None of us remember people's names. There was that one kid. He was like famous from like the Life commercials or something. Yeah. Not Mikey.
Yeah.
He was this other kid, but he had that Ann Gilligan Buster Brown hairdo. And he's still alive, but he looks, I should be nice. Diplomatic.
You're never nice.
He looks, what? That's not true. I'm almost always nice. He's, what's the meanest thing I've ever said?
Well, I mean, you're sending me. This is why I didn't respond to your text yesterday. Of like,
I got forwarded that from a listener. I'll have you know.
Well, I was like, are we being mean to these people? And I didn't want to say that to you because I didn't want you to feel bad. Sometimes if you don't see sometimes if you don't see a response from me in texts, it means that like
you're calling me mean.
No, I'm thinking too much about it, and it's not that I'm ignoring you. I've actually have like a huge dialogue about like, well, if I do this, then it might make him think this, and I don't want him to feel bad. And
you didn't want me to feel bad, so you didn't respond.
I don't want to. I don't want to confront you with your behavior.
You say I'm mean and not nice.
I'll cut it out. Don't
cut it out. Keep it in there.
I'll cut that.
I want this real, not manufactured.
It's manufactured.
Not this.
For sure.
No, don't cut that out.
I like to edit.
Yeah, I know, but
they say follow your bliss. Joseph Campbell says this. So, because I have to.
Is that why we record 2 hours? We end up with a 2-minute podcast. Hi, I'm Crit. Thanks for being here.
Not a lot gets lost. But, it's like I have to edit these skits together for my next album. And
that's your bliss.
I'm dragging my feet on these skits, but then I do the podcast and I'm having a great time while I'm editing it.
Just laughing in your back room. Kids trying to play with. Hey, shut the fuck up back there. Jeez.
No, he'll come in the room and he'll be like, why are you laughing?
Oh, nothing. You should have heard it. This is plus size park poppers, whatever they're called.
Yeah, there were, I love the house that they built out of nothing.
Who?
The Swiss Family Robinson, how they took their ship and they made it their treehouse. I
awesome.
love the treehouse at Disneyland and Disney.
Yeah.
Is it in Disney World too?
Mm-hmm. In fact, in Disney World, just reopened it after
Yeah,
refurbishing it.
they messed it up. They made it like a Tarzan
No,
place.
that's Disneyland.
Oh, but then they make them go back to normal?
Now it's not Swiss Family. Now it's just the Adventureland Treehouse, which ties in with the Sea organization, not the Scientology, but the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which has a presence at many of the Disney parks. Started at Tokyo Disney Sea, but it is this through line through a lot of attractions in all the Disney parks, like the guy who owns the Harrison Hightower, who owns the Hollywood Tower Hotel in Tokyo Disney Sea. In the lobby, there's a picture of him with the other SEA guys in that jungle, whatever that Skipper Canteen restaurant in Disney World. In the back room is supposed to be the clubhouse for the Sea organization guys. The people they put on the pole at the Jungle Cruise, when it used to be the natives with the great white hunter at the top, all those people now are members of the Sea organization. Like, she's an ornithologist and he's a photographer. And so now the Adventureland Treehouse is themed to that. But the Disney World one has always and is still Swiss Family Treehouse.
There was a fan who's taken me through Universal Islands of Adventure, and he said this is supposed to be a place where a port where adventurers all come. It's like a hub, like a Grand Central Station for explorers and adventurers. Mm-hmm. And it's a combination of several different styles because you'd have explorers and people from all over the world coming to this one hub.
That makes sense. Like what Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be.
Batu.
This hub of people from all over the place.
Yeah, and what do they say to each other? Like,
super suns.
Have a good
bright suns, everybody.
Bright suns.
Yeah,
okay. It's like you're in Scientology.
Bright suns. All right.
I love this like time when Tom Cruise has to come out and promote a movie, and he's just this weird old man who looks like he's 20, and he's all puffed out with who knows why. Yeah. And he's just like trying not to talk about the government or aliens. Right. as best he possibly can. He's trying to talk about stunts.
Why do you think this would happen, Tom? Well, the alien social media these days is really affecting us. Why do you think that is? Because the alien we're too young.
He has like a little shock, a little buzzer.
Yeah.
That his boyfriend presses.
So one of those,
they're in a van.
A little butt thing.
Yeah, it's a little a vibrating butt plug. He's like, maybe I should be talking about aliens, and this is how you're going to treat me.
All right, don't do it, Tommy. Don't do it, Tommy. Don't make me push it. Well, if you look at the stars, you see the alien. Oh man, I hate doing this to you. Gets them all loose.
He's got to act straight like 1 month every 4 years, and he hates it. Just hell on earth. I heard that he fucks fish.
Tom Cruise.
I mean,
on his worst day, does not need to fuck a fish.
Maybe
Tom Cruise could walk through the streets of any major city in the world and just go like, let's go have some sex.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
It is.
Because it's like every time he's in a relationship, it's somebody that they've hired. They've hired to be his girlfriend. I mean, I don't know how many of these relationships in Hollywood are real anyhow, but they've been hired to be his girlfriend. That he's got to like, he doesn't want to be with you. He's like, the bellboy takes his bag and he's like, I want that bellboy.
I mean, I think he just loves himself the most. No one, if he could ever be in love with anyone else as much as he is with himself, it would be the greatest romance in history.
Well, there's one guy, I forget what it was, the guy from New Girl, I don't know his name, but he was going to be in The Mummy. Remember, they're going to reboot the Universal Monster universe. Oh yeah. And Tom Cruise very intensely was like, I'm going to give you a trainer. I'm going to give you a diet.
Oh.
This is going to become your life.
Jesus.
And the guy's like, I'm scared. He's like, are you scared about walking up these steps with me right now? Don't be scared. These are just steps.
Jesus.
Come with me into my world.
Now I'm gonna
of intense diet.
introduce you to my friend Ratman.
And now I want you to just hold this fish.
Don't look at
I'm
it.
gonna take my dick out. Just
turn the head so it's
make
looking at me.
the fish look at me. Make it look like it's disapproving.
Yeah. No, I'm going right in at the gills. I'm going to destroy this.
Yeah, I love it.
No,
I mean, I'll go see. I love a Mission Impossible movie because they're like it's like Disney parks. It's like and Star Wars or Marvel. It's
they're
like
fun.
They're expensive.
I mean,
this is like our huge companies. This is the best thing they have to offer. This is their caviar,
the top shelf
stuff. This is the best we can do. No expense has been spared.
I feel like the last Mission Impossible movie, which I liked, but by the way, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
I'm old. Can we not spread them out so far? Like, when was that last one out?
Oh.
A year ago?
What was it?
2
what
years
was it
ago?
called? Do you know what it's called?
Ghost Protocol or Ghost Recon or I don't know.
Protocol.
Okay. Do they have to be so far apart? Jesus. I got to watch the whole... I know
He's got to learn how to, hang on to a biplane.
Yeah.
That takes time.
That last one was the first one I watched and then was watching, the interviews and stuff he's looking old now. He used to kind of always look...
I watched Maverick on the plane, Top Gun 2.
Oh,
he looked normal. And then 1 year later, he's somehow it's like he's melted. He's like Madame Tussauds.
Yeah.
Wax museum happened to him.
I think it was Billy West told me this picture. Or no, it wasn't Billy West.
It's about time we had another Billy West story.
I think it was John DiMaggio. He's like, we were at a party. It was at Comic-Con or something. He was like, and we were all there, and for no reason, apropos of nothing, as soon as Mark Hamill walked in, Billy West, at the top of his lungs, just went, "Behold, the rotting boy!" And everybody turned to the door, and Mark Hamill walked in with this, just put his cigarette out. And somebody's like, it was so weird.
Mark Hamill smoke?
Oh, God, yeah. Don't you remember that footage of him picking cigarettes out of an ashtray and smoking them?
No.
I remember, speaking of D. Snyder, after
D. Snyder's son owns this studio.
Metalocalypse place, a record outside with D. Snyder and John Schnepp and Mark Hamill. And Mark Hamill was... I was just thinking about how much I used to love smoking. You'd meet people you'd never meet. Now it happens at conventions.
You've had many stories past couple podcasts about smokers.
Yeah, it's just like you would do.
This Polynesian dump.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, come here.
Come here.
That guy, I don't smoke, but at the last convention, a guy who's a voiceover guy, who I like very much, he still smokes. I was like, this is what's interesting now is I was thinking when he was on set for this show we did, I know the other two people who smoked. It was a cameraman and a craft services guy. And you're spending more time with those three people who you'd probably never really know that well otherwise. And then I started thinking back to New York, when they stopped, when you had, all of a sudden there were these, it was so weird to just see people standing out on the street, not going anywhere, just standing there in front of the doors of office buildings because they couldn't smoke in the office anymore. So they would just be huddled around I remember when it first happened, it was so weird because you just never saw it before. I worked one time in New York. I worked at Nat Sherman's, the famous tobacconist to the world. But I worked in their offices, not in the retail shop. And it was almost like you were in trouble if you weren't smoking in there. Everyone was smoking. And the boss would smoke cigars. And some of the other people would smoke cigarillos, the cigarette-sized cigars.
I love that smell. I always walk by a tobacco place when I have this little walk that I do in the middle of the week. I always walk by the tobacco place. I take a big inhalation as I walk by. But smoking cigars is it's so much work, and then you're not supposed to be inhaling, so it's like
Yeah.
you're not really getting a buzz. You're like,
Well, it's like
you're making your mouth feel all tingly, and you're smelling something that smells nice.
I did get cigars not too long ago. I got a little pack of cigars, these ones that I used to love. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get them. I'm going to go over to my friend's house.
How recent was this?
Oh, in the last 6 months. It's like, I'm going to try them again. So I got a little, I don't know, maybe I got 5 or 10 of them. Thinking I was going to go to this one convention, which my friend who likes to smoke cigars, I said, you know what? Well, I always have a nice patio. I always have a big, nice room. We'll have a nice night of it one night. We'll finish early and we'll sit out on the patio and have these cigars. I had the cigar. I think I had 2 cigars over the course of, 2.5 hours we were out there. I mean, I woke up the next morning and it felt like a dog took a shit in my mouth. It was it was nice when I was doing it. I liked the motion of it. I like, having it and smoking it.
I like that my body is rejecting so many things.
Yeah, that's
now.
the thing. It was totally rejecting it in the morning.
Thank God my body is saying no to things like drinking and smoking. Because it's like, when you're young, I mean, that's really part of that. I mean, it's one thing to be a teenager, but then you get into your 20s and you're like, I can put as much alcohol as I can get my hands on into my body, and it's not going to destroy me. Or as much coke. Or I can smoke as much weed, or I can smoke as many cigarettes as I want. You wake up the next day and you just eat a breakfast sandwich and, you're off to the races,
Great. 7 a.m., ready to do it. Yeah.
But these days, no. I remember I woke up from a hangover one day and I was like, I don't think I can ever do this again. Because that's like my body was just like not tolerating the hangover. Where, how you had like alcohol poisoning the next day and you couldn't even drink water and you're throwing up every time you try to drink water? I mean, I would have days like that, and my roommates would be like, "We thought you were gonna die." And then I had a relapse right when I moved to L.A. I got really into sake.
Oh yeah.
And or sake. My old DJ used to say sake, but it's like not. I don't think Japanese people say it that way. I was really into sake, and I was like drinking again because I couldn't. I was trying not to smoke because I had a kid, and I was trying to I had to do something. I had to do something.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Oh yeah, because it's like I told you when I moved to New York, I bought a carton of Reds.
Yeah.
And I was really into Parliaments when I lived in Atlanta, and
was it like social smoking, or you would smoke in your house by yourself?
No. I don't know if it was social smoking, but like you'd go outside and you'd smoke cigarettes because you didn't want your apartment to smell like cigarettes or something. Yeah, I mean, usually smoking was something that was paired with drinking.
Sure.
You get drunk and then you're like, smoking seems like a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
And
That's
everyone's going.
I could make right now.
Everyone's going outside and smoking together, and it is that social thing. And I did that at Adult Swim. It's how I would talk to Mike and Chip and Matt, Pete. Pete and I, when we made spots together, Pete was the guy who made the Brack show. Pete Smith and his daughter went on to be the head of Bob's Burgers. Pete and I would go outside and we'd smoke. I mean, 5 times a day, 7 times a day we were smoking.
I mean, I feel like the best thing for smokers is they made it not allowed to be in the office, because then you had an excuse that they couldn't really give you shit about.
It was really a reason to not work. I mean,
you had to go outside.
My whole post-college career, at every job I had that was like an office job, sit-down job, get me out of this fucking office. Let me be outside.
Yeah.
And be making jokes and talking, and then you'd have to go in and, go to work. But when it's constantly escaping work like a child trying to get away from school.
Adult Swim is different because everybody knew everybody. But there's other instances when the smokers area really, really puts people together that you would never socialize with. Mm-hmm. Even when they're strangers, you get this camaraderie, like weird, like the smoking area at a Disney park. You'll meet these other weirdos, or at a hotel when you like have to go outside to go have a smoke. There's always like an sort of interesting mix of all the people that are out there.
I feel like being a dad is the new version of that for me now. It's like you'll be at a concert or something, and it's like me and the other dad will look at each other like, we're going to get through this.
Yeah, you're at the Sky Zone for a birthday party.
You can kind of like immediately connect with any parent and be like, we can do this. This is not fun. And it's nice to have that moment of solidarity.
Yeah. I am, speaking of school, I'm volunteering at school today.
Oh, yeah?
For 2 hours.
You're very involved.
Well, here's the thing. I've almost not done anything this year. I was very involved. I was a room parent a couple years. But this year I almost did nothing. But most of it was because anytime there was something, I was out of town. But I figured I would do it.
I get so embarrassed with when my mom came to school. Like, I hated it. They have this thing called Art Lady at Catholic school.
It's like Rat Man.
When Art Lady's done fucking Rat Man, she comes to the Catholic school.
Let's make beautiful pictures together. All right, babe, you got any drugs? I hope you like a rat finger in your butthole.
All right, we're talking about my mother.
She's not the Art Man. You're talking about your mom. Talking about
You're talking about Rat Man fingering my mom's butthole?
No.
I don't want to hear that right now.
No, I didn't say, hey, are you Chris's mom? You got any drugs? Check under his bed.
Checking his jeans, which is what she did.
He always puts in the little pocket of the jeans. I don't know why he's like
the coin pocket is the perfect size for a nickel bag. I remember buying drugs in New York City, and you'd buy a nickel bag, and it would just be like grass glued together, like grass off of like the ground glued together to look like a nugget of cannabis.
But is that what a nickel bag is? I thought a nickel bag was like other kind of drugs.
$5 worth of weed in a
tiny little bag. It's always weed.
Nickel bag, dime bag.
But that's always refers to weed, marijuana. That's not like there's no such thing as a nickel bag of coke.
No.
I never bought drugs, so I don't know. I've had drugs.
You're very traditional. But my mom would be Art Lady. She'd bring in like a painting, and she'd be talking about balance. She's like, you guys know what balance is. Balance is like when you're walking and you're like, whoops. And I remember her going like, whoops, and pretending to fall. And I was just like, oh, God, somebody kill me.
That was her version of how you do a concert.
Yeah.
That was her state.
She wanted, she told me, at the beginning of me being a father to like, get involved and do school things and get to know the community. I haven't done any of that.
I'm telling you what. You should.
No, I don't like these people.
I know, but they are you. I mean, they're part of your community.
I'll find somewhere to get out of this episode.
What do you mean? To end it?
We gotta end it, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll end it right there.
Yeah.
Bye.
This is a nice way to end it.
Giving up.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Dana, for doing this. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, it's MC. Once again, come see me on tour this summer. I'm touring right now. The summer of 2025 for all those of you who are in the future. Go to mcchris.com/pages/shows for tickets and information, where I'm going to be, how much it's going to cost. It's not going to cost a lot. It's a very inexpensive ticket, so you should buy it. So go buy it. Go see all my dates at mcchris.com/pages/shows or click on the tour poster if you want a street team and get the word out. The link's right underneath the tour poster there at mcchris.com. I hope I see you out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of great songs about candy and Boba Fett's and pizza and ninjas. I have some jokes that maybe go on too long, probably about Andor and how it really should have been called Luthen. I'm going to have some throwback merch, some cool pins and hats, all kinds of shit you don't need but want. And that's a responsibility. Okay, thanks for listening. Thank you so much for all the support. Keep on listening to this podcast, and I hope I see you out there on tour. Go to mcchris.com/pages/shows for tickets and information. Okay, thanks. Bye.